Oh, hello, how are ya? Welcome once again to the Josh Potter Show. Fresh off of a airplane from going out on the road with Bert Kreischer. Just want to say a big thank you to him popping me on last minute to the Birdie Boy Relapse Tour. So many roaches out and about at all of the places. Huntsville, Roanoke, Asheville, Richmond. It was a wild weekend, so I just wanted to start off with a thank you. If you want to see me live, I will be headlining tomorrow night at a bar in San Diego. I don't know the name. Whistle Stop Bar in San Diego. It's all up on my Instagram at Josh_Potter or my Twitter at J_Potter. If you're in the Portland, Oregon area, I will be at Helium Comedy Club March 11th. One show only, and we're going to have more announced down the road. But today we have a very special guest right here in the Roach Motel. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, it is Kim Congdon. How are you?
Whoa, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I still have a hard time introducing the guest as if there's going to be applause.
No, it's always weird like that. You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I think it's up to the guest that's why I went, whoa. I think it's up to the guest to have to make it a moment.
Yeah, no, that's I'm going to start putting it on the guest. I'll say, how dare you act that way after I introduce you? So tell everybody where they can find you, and if you have anything wonderful coming up that they can watch or see.
Okay, of course. Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. I'm on TikTok at Kim Congdon. I'm also on Twitch. I stream on Twitch every single day. Twitch.
That's right.
Yeah, twitch.tv/QueenCong1, CONG1. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub for free. Come check it out. It's super fun. I'm doing a bunch of giveaways. I'm actually giving away a pair of tickets to Skankfest on there. So
giveaways are fun. I stopped doing Twitch once the pandemic ended. Not out of like anything other than I ran out of time to do it, because I was streaming for like 12 hours a day during pandemic like a psychopath. What do you play on Twitch?
I play on PC.
Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, what games, though? What game do you...
Oh, I play Fortnite, Call of Duty, Rocket League.
Oh, that's cool. And I saw you were playing with, like, Jamie and like, Lewis and a couple other people recently.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Do you do that often? You do meetups?
I do meetups.
That's with, like, other famous people?
Well, okay, I play with Lewis. I play with, Mateo.
Yeah.
I play with Mateo Lane a lot. Yamanika is on sometimes.
Oh, my God. Mateo had the funny... He's like... What was it? It was like, how gay is Call of Duty or something like that?
Oh,
he
yeah.
was just going through. It was a very funny TikTok. Follow him on.
Yeah, it's what's funny is I met Mateo. I do want to plug my show, but
I'm sorry. Yeah, we have plenty of time.
I met Mateo not through comedy. I met him through playing games in the pandemic on Fortnite.
That's
and
awesome.
then we played every day for a year, and then we met.
Wow, that's crazy. I think I met Jeremiah the same way in a weird roundabout way.
So weird.
Yeah, but please plug your show also.
Oh yeah, of course. If I'll be at, when does this come out?
This comes out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. On Wednesday I'll be at the Hollywood Laugh Factory, and February 24th through the 26th, I will be at Comics Roadhouse, Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
Ooh.
So come check that out. I'll also be in Austin, Texas on March 4th and 5th. And yeah, so come check me out on those dates too. And check out my podcast, Broad Topics, TOPIX, with Alex Scarlato, and my other podcast with Sarah Weinshank called This Bitch.
That's right. Sarah Weinshank, a fan favorite here on the Josh Potter Show, and I hope everyone goes and checks out both of their programs and or both of Kim's programs.
Thank you.
I noticed on Twitter that you have a similar Euphoria standpoint that I have, and I wanted to talk about that out of the gates.
Well, the thing that's fucked up is when I tweeted that, I had watched a couple episodes, and I was like, this is weird. High school kids are fucking.
Yeah. That's what the premise is.
And 4 days later, I finished the entire 2 seasons.
And how many times did you get off to it?
No. Well, the thing is, this is why it's fucked. It is fucked up, and I do think that it is a good TV show if you are a person who can keep reminding yourself that they are adults.
Yeah, in real life.
And the thing is that's fucked up is they make them act. I've noticed this with a lot of movies where they have teenagers having sex. They give the teenagers like their characteristics are super adult like. Like all these teenagers in this thing, they know how to fuck. Like if they showed me fucking a dude in high school on here, it would not look like these confident ass bitches. These bitches are doing shit I didn't start doing till I was 24.
Yeah, I mean, in the dick pics, like. I guess this is just showing my age. This is how old I am. Like, obviously, we couldn't take pictures of our penises with our cell phones when I was a senior. We had fucking Snake on our cell phones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know what would have happened. But man, oh man, that seems like it's just... from what I understand, when you send a nude in high school, that's like child pornography is now on a phone.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And I've known or read of people getting like convicted.
That's really scary.
Yeah, it's totally. And then like on here, they're like
17-year-olds have this weapon of just of their own penises and vaginas.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, say something wrong, I'll text it to you.
Oh my God. And then it's on your phone.
And then it's
you're
on
like,
your phone.
I'll delete this. And it's all like the detective comes in and he's like, well,
Why'd
your
you delete
cloud
it?
has all of them in it or whatever, you know?
Yeah. No, it's a lot. It's really weird. And the thing I don't like about the show is they so casually have fully grown adults fucking high schoolers.
That's the crazy, like.
That shocks me more than the rest of it.
I read an article because I wanted to, for this podcast, find a review of like find a review of Euphoria that a Christian woman wrote, you know, for like a church publication, just to be like, stay away from this. And through doing that, I read, there wasn't anything great that I could find, but I read about the series, and in it, it's like, there is a trans person, obviously, right? And I found out that there is a dad. I hope I'm not spoiling the show for anyone out there. There's a dad of like the football star who's closeted gay and meets up with this trans child in hotels and f***s the brains out of this trans child. Like in
not
rapes,
only
right?
yeah, not only like this child, but like kind of violently.
Yeah.
Like hurts her.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it's really weird. And then the way they play that off is being like, yeah, that's the character. He's a sick man. It's like, but why?
I'm no Christian. I don't care. You know, you've watched this show. I talk about all kinds of shit on stage. But it's just strange to me that when I do those types of things and make jokes and stuff like that, people are like, boo, or like they've grown or whatever. And then they go home and they're like,
Euphoria.
the highest rated show on television has a man beat the shit out of a trans person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is really crazy. I will say it's very interesting that Drake's a producer.
It makes, oh, well, that's funny. I didn't know that.
You didn't?
Well, yeah, and we've talked about Drake.
Oh, they go
being
past the credits so fast past his name.
Drake.
Yeah, it's like you can't even see it. You're like, did that say Rake?
Why wouldn't he put his real name? Doesn't he have a real name?
Yeah.
Drake's not his real name,
His
right?
real name's Aubrey Graham.
Right, so why wouldn't they just put Aubrey Graham in there just so people can like even see it less?
Yeah, no, I mean...
Like if I'm Drake, I'm like, well, I got this whole...
He probably still wants his credit, though, as Drake. Probably Drake is his business, and then that's a whole nother thing.
I guess so, but if I'm Drake, I'm going... Everyone kind of thinks I'm a pedophile. I would rather they didn't. This kind of is on the nose. Let's put Aubrey in there.
I think that when you are a pedophile, you almost double down to coat yourself. Like, you know how they say, like, when a murder happens, a lot of the times the people that did the murder will be like the people interviewing the news, being like, she was the best neighbor. She always brought me
so
bread.
funny, yeah.
That's kind of like what they do.
I guess you're right. We have seen that happen, haven't we?
Yeah, it's kind of like if they... I think someone said it was like when people tell you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, or it's like they're just like, well, why would I act this way if I was really a pedophile?
Yeah,
and then you're like, as you are, I guess. But there was this is a story that I saw. Let's just get into the news because I want to bring up this Euphoria mom. I feel like this mom is like trying to do her own Euphoria here.
Who?
Oh, you'll hear all about it. It's not a real lady. It's the news time, folks. And yes, this mom is a woman who lives in Inglewood. Not the one around here. It starts with an E, not an I. But she's accused of having sexual encounters with 9 high school students in exchange for items.
What kind of items?
Well, that's the thing that I was curious about. What do you think? What kind of items would you venture to guess?
Well, the fact that they said items makes it a whole different thing. So items. Fucking high schoolers for items.
That's the thing. It's like if and it's a mom,
pencils.
Right? So you can, right. And it's erasers. It's a mom though, so it's like
cookies from the cafeteria. She just wanted to fuck them, and she was like, "Trade me something." So
school
it feels
supplies are so expensive these days, and it's, instead of putting the onus on the teacher, let's start fucking the kids and getting them.
Those little tennis balls for the bottoms of the chairs.
But it's so wild to me that it's a mom, right? So it's guys that are fucking her. I assume maybe it's girls too, but she is fucking them in exchange for giving them items, or is she receiving the items, do you think? Because I would imagine the sex is the item the kids would want.
Yeah, but maybe she's also giving them more things to hush them up.
Oh.
A little lunch money.
Well, let's see what it says.
A little lunch money here and there.
Here you go, kids. Get a soda after school.
Yeah.
Go down to the soda jerk.
Here's a nickel. Don't spend it all in one place.
Well, it says here that the suspect, who's 38, is accused of having sexual encounters with at least 9 underage male students from the spring of 2020 to late 2021. So this, I mean, she must have been in Zoom school for a while and then was getting the itch when she got out here.
It was after COVID?
Yeah, it says spring of 2020 through late 2021.
I thought we would all take time to collect ourselves during COVID and think about things.
I regressed from COVID. As a human, I went backwards. I slid backwards. I have fuckboy tendencies. I'm fucking losing debit cards in hotel rooms. I feel like I'm 22 all of a sudden.
I'm just trying to think if I have too. I don't know.
I definitely, because I came out of it going like, I'm losing my mind. I was so depressed. I was so isolated that when I came out, it was like perpetual spring break for...
Well, yeah,
months.
I kind of like that. I think you're living your life to the fullest now. It's not that
hey,
you're
I like
living
your
like
I like your rosy outlook on it. I thought I was like, oh my God, Josh, you're
on a bender, and I'm like, you're doing great, dude.
Start a family. Less hoodies, more Brooks Brothers. That kind of like.
No, rock the hoodies, and then you'll find some hoodie bitch, and then you'll have a little hoodie baby.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I can find a nice mom and I could become a stepdad and I can have sexual encounters for items. I still want to find out what they are.
I'm sorry that I called your future wife a hoodie bitch.
No, that's fine. I would love to have a hoodie lady. I won't say bitch.
Yeah.
I won't call you a bitch darling out there somewhere in the world.
He loves you. Do you hear him? He's calling for you.
I am.
Out there,
wherever you might be.
some girl's beanie just tingled. She's like, I felt someone call me.
I almost regret what I'm about to say, but recently I've had a woman, and I know you've had this too.
What?
I had a woman believe that I was speaking to her in code through my podcast.
Yeah.
I think you know how that goes. And so I got really freaked out about that.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to go and do a separate segment and be like, hey, I've even had problems where like, people early on in a comedy, you have people volunteer to help you with your like podcasting shit or like editing. And I've had people get weird and be like, do we have and I'm like, no, I'm just not being mean.
This is work.
Yeah. I'm just not being mean.
No, that's a great point. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
and it's hard for guys to not, I think that they just think you like them, or girls. Like if you're nice or if people can relate to you, sometimes you get confused.
I think that's a youth thing too. Like, I mean, I definitely have fallen into that trap in the past.
But it happened to you on here.
Well,
you being just nice verbally.
That's, I guess, the case. Yeah. Well, I feel like there's a little more going on with if somebody's watching you on a screen where you're broadcasting to tens of thousands of people, and they go, "He's talking to me right now."
Yeah.
That's a little different than.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
Then maybe people like, that you work with or that you are friends with, and just being friendly, crushes develop and that kind of thing. That's a little different than somebody who I've never met going like, I heard you say this, which I don't remember saying, and then them saying, I know you were talking to me about this or that, and you're like,
I've never met you in my life.
Right. And now
That is scary.
And now I am talking about this person, so I'm
now they're like, he really likes me.
But it just made me think that with the wife thing. I'm like, I'm right here, baby. You know, like someone's gonna fucking freak out. But I want to find out what these fucking items are real quick here. So according to a grand jury indictment, one of the victims was reported to have been 14, then turned to 15, and then some of the others had spanned of ages from 15 to 18.
You know, he told her he was 14 and a half.
Yeah, he's like, but yeah, I'm this many.
This many. But teacher?
This isn't even a teacher.
Excuse me. After I fuck you, do you have any games on your phone? Ew, what kind of fucking weirdo likes that?
I know a 14-year-old. I don't even
14-year-old?
I don't even want to be in a restaurant.
My neighbors are like TikTok famous, like cute, like 20-year-olds.
And they seem young, right?
They make me. My one neighbor, the way he hits on me is so funny, dude. And I'm just
God,
I like laugh in his face. Like, there's been a few times where like they party. They party. They're like young rich kids, and we have like a pretty small building, and they party hard.
Sure, it's part of their brand.
Every single night, it's like 20, 30 people in their place.
Oh my God,
it's crazy.
Are you the old lady like? Keep it down, you're banging your fucking broom
No,
on
I don't care. I told them, I was like, I kind of like knowing that you guys are there and up at all the hours because it's like makes me feel safer.
Okay.
They're directly my neighbors and they're sweet kids, but there's been a few times where like we've ran into each other at like 2 a.m. after drinking and we all smoke outside all in the same area, so we've just drank together and hung out.
Can I guess some lines?
Yeah.
Do they say like, yo ma?
No, they don't say yo ma.
Okay, 'cause here's the thing. That's not a white guy thing to say, right?
They're not white guys.
Oh, okay.
But they don't say yo ma. That's like a older.
Oh, see, I'm old, guys.
It's older, yeah. That's
I'm
like an
so
older
old.
Spanish.
What that mouth do? How about that?
That's closer, but still older.
Still older?
Yeah, you're about.
God, I'm over here going like jive turkey and all this shit like as pickup lines.
Yeah, I would say you're about what that mouth do is about 10 years back.
God damn it. That's like me going like tubular to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or like cowabunga or something.
Yeah. But my one neighbor, he has hair so long, it like comes down to here, like over his eyes. So when he talks to me and he tries to hit on me, he's like, yo, Kim. And he like looks up at me.
He pushes his hair up like that?
He holds it while he talks and he goes, can I talk to you for a sec?
And then what does he say?
And then he's like, I was like, what? And he was like, and it was when my friend was with me. We were like hanging out, just drinking on the patio with them. Like after seeing them out there, you know,
sure.
And they're cool. They're sweet. They're funny. And we like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. And I go, okay. And he goes, alone?
Okay. Ooh.
And I go, oh, I was like, I don't know. And he was like, come on, just 1 second. And then we walk 3 feet over. I go, what? Like that.
And
he goes, I just think you're like really cool. And I was like, I know.
Yo, what that mouth do is so much better, kids. Bring it back. Yeah. No, I don't know if it works any less.
So what I'm saying is that kid is very cute, and they always have the cutest girls over.
Sure.
They pull like the cutest chicks, and he is 20 something, and the way he acts makes me sick. I couldn't imagine him being 4 years younger and living with his mom and being in high school and have been 10 years old 4 years prior.
Oh my God. Yeah. Right. And 14 is like you were born
in like 2000 and like 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what year we're in, dog.
And this woman is fucking. She's not even a teacher, for the record. She's 14, a mother.
You got to be what? Born in like 2008?
Yeah. 2008 is like one of my best adult years.
2008, I had vagina hair.
I mean, I was having sex in 2008 for sure.
I was having sex for the first
God.
time in 2008.
That's when I lost my virginity pretty late. I was 22.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 2008, right? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, you're a little bit older than me.
You're like, okay.
No, that makes sense. 22 is not bad.
I'm not like upset about. You know what? When I started having sex is when I started doing comedy. It was like exactly the same timeline. I actually started comedy first.
That makes sense.
And then lost
And
it
then-
after that.
And then you started getting all the comedy hoes.
Yeah, the chuckle fuckers, as they call them or whatever. No, it's just a confidence thing. I carried myself
And
completely
girls
different.
like funny guys.
Yeah, 100%. I was funny before, but
It'd be
just
nice
was
if,
an inconfident dolt.
It'd be nice if guys liked funny girls.
No, they do.
No, they don't.
I think.
No, they don't.
Okay, I'm like sitting here going like, well, there's always. You're like, no, you're wrong.
They do.
I'm a girl. I know.
They don't. Ask any girl, then they really don't. A lot of them don't.
I'm trying to find what these
every once in a while.
Well, here's the thing. Guys like funny girls, but
not funnier
there
than them.
are certain alpha type gentlemen who are annoyed when the spotlight's taken off of them.
Yes.
And that's a different thing than just not liking funny women. They don't like
which is truly not the alpha way to be.
No,
if we're being honest,
not at all.
It's like they're truly not alpha men. Then,
and here here on the Josh Potter Show, we champion the beta simps.
I love a beta simp.
I am the Roach King, but I am first and foremost the Simp Lord.
Simp Lord.
And I think I've said it time and time again. I think that is the more alpha play. The power isn't in the holding someone down. It's being with someone who is equally, if not more successful than you, I think.
Hell yeah.
I still don't know what this, I was trying to peruse this just to get to the point where we find out what the items of trade
what are
were.
These items?
What could these items be? On December 15th, detectives went to her home and spoke with her. Before executing a search warrant, the school system banned this woman from the property and activities.
And fucking them. They said, you can't come here or fuck the kids here anymore.
Oh, by the way, please stop fucking them too. Yeah. What if you're this kid what if you're the kid who this is your mom and she's like, she's fucking all your friends? Like my sister is only 2 years younger than me. She fucked all my friends. Sorry for outing you, but you know what you did. And that was weird. That was weird for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, at the end of the day, I grew up and I was like, well, that's not so weird. I mean, we're all pretty much the same age. We had the same kind of circle of friends.
Yeah.
It makes sense. If it was my fucking mom, though.
Yeah, it's a huge problem.
Yeah, that's wild. That develops some mommy issues, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then he has why didn't you fuck me, mom? That kind of thing, probably.
Ew.
That's, hey, who knows, right? This guy, I mean, if you come out of this woman, don't you think you have some fucked up sexual proclivities as well, or whatever that fucking word is that I can just say?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, that'll fuck you up, dude.
Hardcore.
Yeah. You're half her.
You're half of her, exactly. And where the dad is.
But there are people that come out of fucked up people and aren't like them.
Of course. Yeah. That takes a lot, I'm sure. This case is...
Yeah, but it's a lot of effort. So if you're lazy, you're going to be fucking them kids.
Yeah, if you're just not working on yourself, guess what? You're going to probably...
It's not going to be good.
So it said here from the detectives, this case is difficult and shocking to even the seasoned detectives.
Ew, why do you say seasoned?
I know that is
it's a weird thing to say.
Say
during
veteran
all of this.
detectives.
Yeah, please.
It appeared she was talking to the teens via social media, trading items for sexual encounters, though they don't get into what the items are. That's what I'm trying to find out too, was what is the exchange? Were the kids like, yo, Jeff's mom, she'll totally fuck us, but you gotta give her your Nintendo Switch, or you know what I'm saying? Or was she like, do you want a Nintendo Switch? And the kids were like, I sure do. And then she's like, well,
I think she was probably grooming them with items.
Okay. I wasn't sure if because they're men, or they're not men, they're boys, but they have penises is my point. So I would figure the sex would be what they're getting out of it. And then
what could she possibly be getting from them that she needs?
I don't know.
What
That's why I was so fascinated by it. Yeah.
That you need.
Can you get your dad's Porsche? I don't know.
Get your dad's bank account information. Maybe shit like that.
Maybe it was shit like that, or it was just steal your mom's jewelry. But it's that was the part that I was so perplexed on with this story, is the exchange of goods going on.
You know what you could do?
Because if
you want to steal goods and you want to do it via sex through a child, what you do is you have your own child. you raise it to date the other kids and convince the other kids to give the kid the jewelry, because then the charge is even less, because you don't gotta fuck kids. Your kid's not gonna get tried as an adult.
Okay.
If you do get caught.
Well, we had a story, and it was an award-winning story here on this program. A Roach reporter sent it in. There was a story of a woman in Los Gatos who was facilitating sex parties for her children and their friends.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
So she wasn't fucking anybody, but she was like, get in there and eat her pussy, and like sending people into the room and things like that.
Okay, that's weird because she's still getting off on it.
That's what I said. I go, she's like internalizing it and then taking it elsewhere for later. But this woman physically doing the fucking, and that's why I'm so like the items, like if you're a guy, like if I was a 14 or 15 or 16-year-old guy and this mom wanted to bang me, I don't know what this, do we have a picture of this mom, Kirsten? Did it come in the article? Like a mugshot or something? Oh, here we go. This is the question. Oh my Lord. Okay.
This makes sense.
Now I get the exchange of items. So she was like, now I can figure out A to B here. As I was going to say, if she was hot, these guys who are, raging with hormones, the thing that
she's
they're
not horrible.
No, and maybe they still wanted to fuck her, but that's, again, these teens are raging with hormones. The ad. Toenail clippers for seniors comes up.
It's hilarious.
Maybe that's what she needed.
Whose Google are you on?
She wanted toiletries in exchange for, that's part of the ad.
Toenail clippers.
Yeah.
It knows the algorithm.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought the sex would have been enough for these guys, so they don't need to get like a fucking, Pokemon card pack along with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
This other thing I tweeted, do you have the tweet I posted, Kirsten, that got a lot of action?
Just the N-word?
Yeah. Are you talking about this one?
I am indeed. Isn't this fucking weird? So do you know these people?
No, I don't know them.
I don't mean like in your life. I mean,
I'm like, why the fuck would I know these weird people? They're scary.
No, so
this is a fucking nightmare to look at. What's happening?
So I'll tell you exactly what's happening. These people are two sets of identical twins who married each other. So the sisters are twins. The brothers are twins. They married each other. They made a baby. They also live in the same home together.
That's sick.
Do you think, the obvious question,
do they do weird
the old
shit?
Switcheroo? I mean, how would you even know? It wouldn't even be fun to do the switcheroo, Like,
I mean, maybe they're different,
Like in sensibilities and
like
bed.
maybe dick size is different. Do you think they have the same dick size?
That's what I always wondered about twins. I was going to ask you.
Do twins have the same dick size?
I was going to ask you because I thought maybe you might have had some research in that department.
You think I fuck so many twins and compare?
I don't think you fuck them, but I thought maybe you had the curiosity and you have also the ability to then get them to show you.
I've got 62 twins under my belt. 63. We lost one.
Which actually is 62 sets of twins, which actually means 124.
124 people.
No, I just wasn't sure if, like, you could have been at a party or something and guys hit on you or whatever.
I know a pair of twins. I grew up with a pair of twins, but
never found out their dicks.
No. You don't fuck with those twins. They're scary.
And then also, like, the women are twins, but that doesn't mean, like, the one on the left could
suck dick better than the one on the right.
Yeah, she could blow your brains out, and then the other one's like, I don't do that. And you're like, what?
Yeah, they have to, maybe they both talk and say, if you blow, I have to blow.
Maybe they do. They go, you're over there blowing Gary, and
Larry's over here complaining to me all day because he's dry as a socket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It gets weirder, though. So their names are Brittany and Brianna, the girls. And
Larry
the
and Gary,
fellas,
please be Larry.
Please be Larry. Jeremy and Jet.
Ew. Wait. Okay.
Or is it Josh? I don't know. Please don't be Josh.
I think it's Josh and Jeremy, and then one of the kids is Jet.
Yes, Josh and Jeremy, and the kid's Jet, which is a dumb fucking...
What's the other kid's name?
Does not say quite yet.
Lag.
Lag. Jax. Ugh.
Jax and Jet.
Do they have to be? Those kids aren't twins. They don't have to dress them like twins
They're
either.
genetically brothers.
But are they kind of twins, like, by subtraction? Because it's like your parents are both the same. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to look the same.
Probably so confused, the kids.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like,
they don't know who their parents are.
Yeah.
Do you think they know?
And they're flip-flopping because they live in the same house. Dad, I'm fucking Uncle Jeremy,
I hope
you
they
dumb
dress
idiot.
differently in the house, but I don't think that they do.
They don't look like the type of twins that dress differently.
Ew.
Do you ever see those adult twins that just like continue to dress the same?
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on there? Do you guys 69? Do you know what I mean?
Twins
like
69.
There's like weird.
Do twins hook up?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like,
wait. Can we really Google if twins have the same dick size? If identical twins have the same dick
I feel
size?
like I feel like I've done this Google on this show before, but please, Kirsten, if you can do better than past attempts from others, that would be wonderful. But
You've
I think
Googled that before?
Oh yes, this has been this has been a question that I've asked many a time. I feel like on
I've
this
never
program.
even thought of that.
Oh, I wanted to know right away. But I also think this thing gets like even more incestuous here.
Oh no, what?
Because they had children like basically at the same time. Both couples are pregnant. We are thrilled and grateful to experience overlapping pregnancies to share this news. This is like past Instagram posts. So now they've had the kids. There were plenty of other twins at their wedding, with 17 in total, including them. Holy shit. The event aired on TLC. So this is they've gotten a reality show out of this. Our Twinsane Wedding is the name of the fucking program that they were on.
Ew.
Me and Josh always knew we had to find our twins if we were going to get married. This is Jeremy and Josh speaking. So they actually sought out another pair of twins to get married to. And we told each other that we'll never be able to unless we find a set of twins that we could fall in love with and marry. So they had to find... Is it because twins could potentially be like, I'm so attracted to that woman, and then your twin is like, me too, because you have the twin thing going on? So like if you get a boner looking at a girl, does your twin get a boner? Like when he's in like Arkansas or whatever somewhere?
So it's like makes you feel better if you just find another one of that girl.
Right, because then you're both super into it and you don't have to pick and choose.
Or you can just find two different girls that you both think is hot and then still fuck your own wives.
Yeah, you would think, but I don't know how
I'm sure that happens with brothers
I don't know how
that are
these
like a year
brains
apart.
work.
Like they both have girlfriends and each of them look at the girlfriend and go, she's hot, and then they keep living their lives.
I know plenty of fraternal twins who are normal people, but the identical ones seem
The identical ones are kooky.
like one got
No
half of a
offense.
brain and the other got the other half, and
Isn't Sickler a twin?
he's they look different, whatever that
Okay.
is. Fraternal, is that what it's called?
I call those the boring ones.
Well, they're just like, I just feel like you came out at the same time and you
Yeah,
shake
it's
hands
like-
and you go about your lives. These ones,
Yeah. These ones are an egg that like split, right?
yeah, the identical ones seem like
Because fraternal are like two separate eggs that
Yes.
that are
think so.
together and came out. Identical twins are an egg that broke in half and each became a person.
right. So it's like you are the.
Ah!
It's like you're the same person.
No. No. That is weird. That's alien like.
Yeah,
Were twins like
we need to.
were
like,
twins like sacrificed? Did we think that they were something weird back in the day?
like witches or something, where
Yeah.
they're like, they're magic. We need
There's
them
two of
gone.
them.
That's the thing. It's so weird to me, and I feel like so many groups out there, obviously are marginalized, and they're not getting their fair shake, and we're trying to, lift them all up. You know what group we don't need to be lifting up? These twins. We need to put a microscope on them and really get to the bottom.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, we need to get to the bottom of what's going on with these fucking twins out there.
Oh, sorry, your body just split in half and regrew double. That's like a Rick and Morty episode, dude.
That's
Is
why
it not?
when-
Is that not a Rick and Morty episode? It's like they're splitting up and becoming people.
It's like cloning. It's weird. But we
What the
need
fuck?
we need to get to the bottom of also like how many of
Twins.
these twins are 69ing and like they can't fuck without the
Can
other
you
one
Google
being
how
in
many
the room.
twins 69?
Twincest.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, how many on? It's got to be more than we think. And so I don't know. These people could be having group
Do you think
orgies
twins are having sex a lot?
with each other. I think they are.
It's like masturbation, technically.
They're spending so much time with one another.
They are just fucking
like,
themselves.
They're finishing each
think about
other's
it.
sentences. They're fucking. What happened? You okay?
Yeah. I got something in my eye.
Oh no, do you need to take a break? We can pause. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Purple. Boy, do I love Purple because I love sleeping, and having a wonderful sleep is a priority in my life. It's funny, there's so many gimmicks out there that promise a great night's sleep. I don't care what kind of toppers that these people tell you about, how heavy a blanket might be. It's all lipstick on a pig, if you ask me. If you're sleeping on a terrible mattress, your sleep's going to be terrible. It's just that simple, friend. That's why I recommend sleeping on a Purple mattress. That's because only Purple mattresses have the Gel Flex Grid. And I hooked my dad up with a Purple mattress with the Gel Flex Grid and changed the whole guest room situation when I go visit him, because I think he had like a bag of hay that he was having me sleep on, and boy, oh boy, did I not enjoy it. So thank the Lord for the fine folk at Purple and the Gel Flex Grid. It's amazingly supportive for your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips no matter how you sleep. Unlike memory foam, which remembers all the dents and everything like that, the Gel Flex Grid Purple mattresses bounce back as you move and shift. You'll never have that I'm stuck feeling with it, and it helps keep things nice and cool, my friend, which helps me sleep. So getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a Purple mattress today. Go to purple.com/Josh. Use code Josh for a limited time. You can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/Josh, code Josh for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/Josh, promo code Josh, terms apply. Today's Josh Potter Show also brought to us by Noom. And mental wellness is probably one of the most difficult things for all of us to maintain, no matter where you fall on the spectrum of mental health. And imagine, if you will, having a guide to help you step by step get more mentally well. That's what Noom is helping you with. It's helping you learn to manage your daily stress and anxious thoughts, things like that. Noom Mood is here to guide you all the way through your mental illness and your mental wellness, and give you the tools that you need to tackle all the stress that you encounter in life, so that you can feel empowered and you can actually take the stress and use it to your advantage. I'm a huge believer in the Noom Weight and AM, so I was excited to try the Noom Mood as well. And I gotta tell you, it's been helping me sleep a little bit better. The stress has kind of lifted off my shoulders a little bit, I gotta say, and I've been happier because of it at the end of the day, so thank you to them. It's all backed by science, you see. Lessons are based on psychological principles that teach you about your relationship with stress and anxiety. It's going to hold your hand the whole way through, step by step, and it's not too much to take on at once, and it's pretty easy to get involved with. So right now, be stronger than you think, and just get involved with this. You're stronger than your stress. Keep that in mind. And right now, go on over to Noom and worry less and feel happier. You can sign up for your trial at Noom.com/Josh. That's NOOM.com/Josh.
No, I think I'm okay.
Because I have to get to a breaking story. Now, I had this story sent to me about 1 trillion times.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have it over here? I'm sorry. I'm like still fucking zoned out from the airplane. Oh, so on this program, we have been raising awareness of semen terrorism. Have you heard of the phenomenon known as semen terrorism? It's something that we need to bring more awareness to. So right now, the semen terrorism threat level is at red. We are in a bad time. This is like spring of 2003. You know, there's been many attacks, and so we are at threat level red. What is your experience? Have you been a victim?
I not that I know of, but probably. I think that maybe a lot more of us are victims than we think.
And so you're defining it as somebody who like throws it onto you or wipes it onto you when you're not even aware?
No, not necessarily. I would say foods, drinks, maybe fast food workers.
Yep, we've seen many of those, obviously. And
maybe some for fun. Restaurants.
Maybe some for fun restaurants. You think they're just like...
Yeah, I think there's people that like that.
Do you
and
think,
also I think that there are kids that are young that think it would be funny.
Yes. And I worked in a restaurant.
Which
never
is
did
even
that.
worse because now you're eating kitty cum.
Whoa. What if there was like Minority Report where it's like pre-crime or something?
They cut your stomach open after you're done. They're like, we found some kitty cum in Potter's belly.
You drink, or you just
Potter's belly.
You're sitting there drinking a milkshake, and then the cops run in, and they're like, "There's kids coming there, you fucking pedophile!" And they arrest you. Oh my god, that would be wild semen terrorism.
Did you drink kid jizz? So you like kid jizz, huh?
Oh yeah, you thought it was a strawberry milkshake? Didn't notice any kid jizz in there, huh? You sicko. But this story was sent to me a bazillion times. A Louisiana teacher, this was a teacher, laces student cupcakes with her husband's semen. A sick Louisiana teacher has pleaded guilty to giving her students cupcakes laced with her husband's sperm. She's 36. She admitted to a slew of disturbing sex crimes, including having child porn. And she also has second degree. Is it? I guess this is considered rape for putting semen into cupcakes and making people eat it. That's what it should be.
I think forcefully making people eat your cum is rape. Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing with semen terrorism. In Japan, it is not considered rape. It is considered assault, like of a violent sort of sign. They're trying to make it a sex crime, and that's why we're bringing awareness to it here on the Josh Potter Show.
Beautiful.
When she finally took a plea deal, the teacher and her now ex-husband, do you think he knew about it? She was like, "Hey, babe, I'm making some cupcakes. You mind coming in here and helping me out with a little bit of
she just milked him, and he was
batter?
like, I don't know what she's up to, but she took my cum with her.
We did it in the kitchen for some reason.
She made me come into a blender.
Or one of
I thought
those.
she was going to cut my dick off.
I came into this tray.
She made me come into a muffin tray. She said we were spicing things up.
I guess the husband was arrested as well. Back in 2019. So that's crazy that they're...
So they're like an issue. They're an issue.
Yeah, they're an issue. How can she be a teacher after that? I do not know. Under the plea deal, she had 68 other charges against her dismissed and will have to testify. She not only waived any right to appeal, she attempted to avoid conviction, but she also spared the victims from reliving her horrific crimes in a trial or whatever. I would have liked to have that trial happen. I mean, here's the thing. I get that it's, traumatizing for the children, obviously, to have eaten the jizz. But in terms,
it's hilarious.
If we're ranking rapes, you know what I mean?
It's one of the least worst rapes, but it is pretty bad.
Would you tell the children?
The kid, it's got to be rumored.
Well, now it's all over the news. But if I'm the school, I'm thinking like, let's not tell them. Let's not tell them till they're older.
But then there's going to be some parents that are like, I have to tell my kid he ate cum in a cookie.
His kid, they're dragging him into the office. He ate cum, and they're like, "Mom, what's cum?" And they're like, "It's comes from."
Who found out and how?
Well, that's let's hope we can find that little answer.
That's the biggest question.
The couple were busted after authorities received a tip at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Investigators later found nude photos of them with a minor. She resigned from the school, so she was caught for just having child porn. Am I missing a part of this story, Kirsten?
You know what I think happened? Can I tell you what I think happened?
Please, get the theory before I can.
That you can't put on the news. I think there's not going to be this is what I think is going to happen. I think there's not going to be answer because the true answer is one of the parents, maybe the kid brought home an extra cookie. The parent ate the cookie and said, "Oh, I know what's in this." Like, a mom ate a bite of the cookie and said, "There's cum in this." Yeah, some cum has a very specific.
Interesting. But doesn't it vary enough, or do you know this is cum?
It varies enough to like, okay, this is going to be so hoary.
No, please.
If it's salty enough cum, you might not notice.
Interesting.
There's cum that ranges from salty to sour.
But that's the thing.
And
too,
I'm saying he must have had a bad batch, and the mom goes, "I've had this before."
So the sour is what would tip you off. Not
I think the salty would go with the cookie almost. It might make the cookie better.
Yeah, they were cupcakes, so I would think maybe like if they were
Cupcakes.
salty, they were like, "This is a little salty."
No, I think that's fine. A little salt in a cupcake, I think, is normal.
All right. I don't eat sweets, and I also don't eat jizz. So maybe I should.
I eat both.
I've probably eaten.
Cut that out. I'm just kidding. Cut that out.
I have probably, since I don't like sweets, I've probably accidentally eaten more of my own jizz than I have cupcakes.
That's so gross, dude.
I thought I should help you out by
No, I appreciate it. I like it.
I don't know that I would be able to
Sacrifice,
discern it though. And then it is funny if they're like, man, this tastes like, and then they know it's her husband.
I think that's what happened. I think a mom ate the cookie and or maybe a dad, and they recognized the taste.
I'm not missing a page of the story, Kirsten. They don't tell how they discovered cum, huh?
Because who wants
No,
to
it
say
doesn't
that?
say.
Who wants to say that? They got a tip from a line. That's someone calling and being like, I just ate a cookie my kid brought from school. It tasted like cum. I think this lady came in the cookies. We should test these cookies.
But then what detective goes like, let me see exhibit A here, and then they take the cupcake and they're like, yep.
That is cummy.
Sure is cum. They're rubbing it on their teeth like when they find Coke in your car.
I think that, how would they find out? But I don't know. But I think they could.
Well, I think at the end of the
Maybe
day...
they came on top of the cupcakes, like the icing.
Oh.
And not in the batter, which is dumb of them.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking they're smart and putting it in the batter.
But I think they probably put it in the icing. They're like, cum looks like icing. And maybe that was more... And then you can actually see cum in the icing.
It seems as though they had a plethora of child pornography, though. So it's like even if they could prove like, oh, you can't prove I came in those cupcakes. The tip was enough for the investigators to go in and like search and then find heinous shit.
But how did they find the cum in the cupcake?
Well, that's my point. Like,
You don't have cum tests. It's not like a drug test.
That's the salacious, like wild part of the story. But at the end of the day, the cupcakes probably legally are off the table. They're like, whatever, like that's part of it, obviously. But we also found many items of child pornography on your computer. So it's like, so they're like,
so sick.
It is so sick. How do these people become teachers? How do you not recognize that a teacher is licking their chops when they go to work? Do you know what I'm saying?
I had a teacher like that.
My sister had a teacher like that too. That was really strange.
I had a teacher like that in high school, my junior year of high school. He was really weird.
Did he ever?
And I would play poker with him on the weekends. I swear.
He's like, don't worry, Kim. I'm not going to try to fuck you. You're too fun to have over at the game.
I think that's what it was. He's like, you know too many adults that I know. I worked at this bar when I was in high school. And so.
Wild.
Yeah. And so I would and I also lived in a small town. So I had partied with like the local cops.
Okay.
But I was like usually one of the only high schoolers there.
So it wasn't like
weird, like
this...
they were like trying to have high schoolers over.
Yeah.
I was just like, I served them beer and low-key drank with them a little, and they were like, eh.
Because you made it, at first I thought when you had like a poker game, this weird teacher, like he was just like facilitating a party like from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 where like the bad kids are like playing pool and like chewing bubble gum and shit, you know what I mean?
No, it was like the people from my town that like all the regulars from this bar.
That's wild.
Which was like some cops, some teachers, a school teacher, another teacher, my boyfriend's mom who was a teacher.
But that just sounds like he was like chill with you. So what made him like, when you were playing poker, was he like, hey, that
no.
Tracy in your math class?
No, but his wife would be there too. So he'd come with his wife to poker. But in class, he was really weird. Like,
what a place to do it. Not at the poker game that I'm having with a child. That's
why I'm telling you, people do things in your face.
I guess you're right.
When I was younger, I used to steal. And the easiest way to steal was right in front of people's faces. You almost gaslight them into thinking they're not seeing what they're seeing.
Interesting. So, like, you mean right in front of the register or something like that? Yeah. I thought that was always sleight of hand. I didn't know that was hiding in plain sight necessarily.
No, I would just...
Huh. Wild. I'm such a fucking pussy.
When I was younger, I used to steal. Yeah, I grew up in a bad town, you guys. Sue me. My teachers used to try and fuck me. Yeah, no, he put on porn for us. He put on softcore. I've been looking for this video forever. If you're listening to this podcast and you know what video I'm talking about, he put on this weird, like, it was like this weird, like, Greek softcore porn of U.S. history, but it was like a comedy. And I remember like everybody was like fucking in it, and like these people walked in and it said come one, come all.
Caligula.
Is that what it is?
Can you Google Caligula real quick? Because, I mean, Caligula was a figure of Roman, like Caesar type shit. But Caligula, now he's synonymous with heathenism because Caligula was having orgies constantly of like, and then having wild, no, the movie, not the human being, if you could.
Okay, so it's after.
But it's made after like a real person.
I have to see like
the cover of the film or like the poster or something. It's an old movie.
Let's see. Maybe. Was it a comedy?
Oh, no, it wasn't a comedy.
It was a comedy.
Okay, never mind.
Was
this
like
was a shot in the dark. I didn't know because I mean, it has some
maybe
historic. This seems like a newer version. Yeah, Caligula was just like, I mean, it was just like fucking. They were all fucking like it was group sex. Like
it was
on
like
another level.
Okay, I would say it was like that.
Okay,
it was like that, but it was like. I remember it had specifically made a joke where they were entering this like place and it said, "Come one, come all," but it was CUM.
Oh my god!
And I remember watching it and being like, the whole time we were watching it, I was like, no, it can't be anything like super bad happening. And then when that happened, I was like, oh, this is sexual. It wasn't in my head.
That's wild. What I'm now thinking is this man was like, well, I'm teaching them about Greek mythology. I should show them. And then it's like a porno of Greek mythology where it's like,
yes,
Zeus is like played by his,
No, it wasn't. It was like.
He's played by Dread X or whatever.
It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. And he would show it to us. He showed us the whole movie. I remember over like a 3-day period. We'd watch like 20 minutes a day or something like that.
And you would see full insertion and shit like that.
They were like fully fucking.
Oh, it was softcore, you said.
Yeah, it was like softcore, but fully
there were
fucking.
Tits and shit like that, probably.
Yes,
Oh,
it was crazy. And he would be like, when we would say something, he would be like, "Oh, you guys are not mature enough to be able to." He would like,
yeah, that's gaslighting you into wanting to watch it.
Yeah, and we'd be like, "Okay, we're mature enough."
No, I totally am mature. I'm glad. Like, I feel like a real adult.
Yeah, and then he would make weird comments about like. I remember one day this girl was like on the volleyball team. She came in with bruises on her knees.
Oh no!
And then he would make comments like, "Why do you have bruises on your knees?" Like shit like that.
She's
and
like
then
volleyball, and he's like. Not from blowing guys.
Not
right?
from dudes' balls.
Anyway, class, get out your...
His mouse pad was a picture of him and another student, a girl, and his arm around her.
Fuck, man. I get why people homeschool.
And he would have students come in and give him shoulder massages.
No.
During class while he taught. So he'd be teaching us and a student would be rubbing his shoulders.
Was he a good-looking young guy, one of those?
He was a decent-looking older guy.
My God. And no one...
And he was like cool. Like he started off class cool. He was like, first of all...
Well, yeah, he's also having poker games.
Also, this was his announcement on the first day of class.
Okay.
I'm going to come in every day. I want you to look. Look at that picture of my son right there. You see his eyes? How they're all squinty like this? My eyes always look like this. I don't need you guys reporting me saying, Mr. Bleeps, hi. Mr. Bleeps, hi. I'm not high. My eyes are just always red and like this. He like made a statement so he could come in stoned every day.
Yeah, and then also he's like, and also don't be a narc.
Yeah, and he was like that. Yeah. Yeah, and he was like, that's not cool. Like he was like that.
If you tell on me, I'm not going to try and fuck you. Yeah. So keep it on the DL, all right?
He made a few dirty jokes. Everyone giggled. Everyone's like, he's cool. He's cool.
That's wild. I'm sorry we had so many pedophile stories today, but sometimes that just happens. You
know? Back to back.
I didn't know that the semen terrorism would. I knew it had, kids ate the jizz, but I didn't realize they were so prolific in their child pornography. But so let's shift gears for a moment here. This has been a story. We have a video for it.
Okay.
Sports time, baby.
Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep.
Oh yeah, I saw this video going all over the fucking world.
Okay.
So the Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl, and they had a Super Bowl party, and Super Bowl parties tend to yield some fun drunk debauchery. You get to see your favorite NFL players who just won this. Now they can finally let loose. They have to put up airs all season long, be professionals, yada, yada, yada. So Matt Stafford was pretty lit at the Super Bowl party. And evidently, he was up on a podium, and a photographer was, taking pictures of him, and then this occurred. So there she is. Oh! So she hits the deck. She falls off of a stage. You could see it right there. That's
Oh my God.
So she fell off of the stage down there and suffered from some pretty intense injuries. Let's see, what were the fucking injuries here?
She fractured her spine.
Did it say it up there? I can't read that.
Dog.
Yes, she fractured her spine. So
what the fuck?
So when this occurred, this is insane to me. All of this now listen to the timeline that follows. Obviously, it's terrible that she fractured her spine. A GoFundMe was created, and everybody though watched that video and saw Matt Stafford turn his back and go take care of this. And then his wife is the blonde woman next to him that actually goes and checks on it. So he was getting dragged for this video for not.
I think people deal with that different ways.
Well, also here's where I saw it. I would go if that were me in his position, I would see the woman fall and I would go, I'm not a fucking EMT. What am I gonna do? Give the professionals room. I should get out of the way so that an ambulance or somebody can come into here. You know what I mean? Obviously the speech is over at this point, so let's get off stage and get somebody to attend to this woman who's a professional.
I think he was just shocked and didn't want to look. I think he was oh.
Yeah, and it also looked gnarly.
It looked gnarly. It's really high up, and he knows she's hurt. It's not like his look he doesn't give a fuck. He just is a little bit shocked, and he moves out of the way.
So there's
nothing he can do.
So everyone's dragging him for this. But so what he did then was he made a statement, I will cover all of her medical bills. Mm-hmm. And so he did that. He took care of everything.
That's really nice.
Now that happened, people started going back and looking up old Kelly Smiley, the photographer, her old tweets. Apparently, she's been bandying about the N-word a little bit on Twitter.
Oh, no.
So now she's getting canceled after all this happened to her.
The internet's a wild place. Remember when you didn't know everyone's shit and secrets? You could just see people for who they're pretending to be.
Yeah, right. And you didn't. You could do your research on it, or you didn't have to.
It's so funny when people are sometimes I'll hear people say older people will be nobody ever says hi anymore. Nobody talks to each other. Everyone's on their phones. It's yeah, because we know how many fucking people are fucking balloons every day and all this weird shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you didn't know about that.
Yeah.
You didn't know how fucking weird people were.
Yeah, it's no one says hi in the street anymore. It's because they're probably going to be a schizophrenic.
Yeah, yeah. It's we can't. Everything's bad.
Everything's terrible. And I mean, it was over 24 hours that Matt Stafford went from...
That's wild.
From villain to hero, and then she went from victim to canceled.
She went from Kelly Smiley to Kelly Frowny.
And the way she used the N-word was prolific,
no,
it
was hard.
Oh, yes. I don't believe we have the N-word tweets, and that's
I'm sure it's right on Twitter. Kelly Smiley N-word.
Can we see if they pull up a couple? There were a couple rap lyrics, which I can, I'm not in a...
she posted rap lyrics?
Yes, and I'm not in a position to forgive in this situation, but I
forgive her.
Let that one go by.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't either, but I do forgive her. If it's lyrics, I don't think it's as bad.
But then there were some...
If it was only lyrics, I would be she's an idiot. And also depending on how many years back it was, things were a little different.
Let's see if we can. I know they've been
when Twitter first came out,
washed from the interwebs here, Kirsten. But see if there's
that's crazy.
An article that gives us some of the bit of rundown of the tweets here. Can you can read it for us because that's very small.
Yeah, I'm still searching for him here.
Oh boy, here we are.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, Kirsten read them? And
don't you dare
don't you dare say N-word. No, I'm just kidding. What does it say? Someone read it to me.
Oh no, it's really bad. It's really bad, dude. Almost got shot in the ghetto because C. Davey wanted to F with N-words.
Oh my Lord. And what year was that?
2014. Oof.
Yikes.
Yikes is
How
right.
do you not, if you get to a certain point on Twitter, everybody, can I make this point right now, folks, if you're out there listening? Please go into your Twitter, search your timeline from years ago. Just make sure you didn't write the N-word at some point. Go delete it. I'm thankful I've never tweeted it. Thank God.
No, I haven't either.
I haven't, I
think by the time I had Twitter, I was over that. Or maybe I have tweeted it.
Have you ever?
I don't know. I don't know because I was also Puerto Rican, and growing up, Puerto Ricans used to say it all the time, and that was different too. And I think I maybe had it in college. I don't think I had Twitter in high school.
Wait,
so
go back
probably
to
not.
that one.
But if you would have caught me in high school, you would have definitely seen me tweeting the N-word.
LOL.
But not like this.
Listen to this lady. What year is this? Say 2013, right?
Yep, 2013.
LOL at these fucking Asian people screaming their Chinese language in the library. One, we're in American. We're in American. Good English on your part, lady. Two, shut the fuck up. This is a library.
Yikes. Okay, not good.
Yeah, so this woman broke her spine.
Oh,
boy, she's really covering it all here.
she said them all.
Please post these on here. Oh, not that one.
Ah!
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, can you
She
blur
goes
out
hard.
the N-word? I don't want to get
Yep,
Joe Rogan.
that'll be blocked.
Have you ever said it? I'll in solidarity with Joe Rogan, I will admit to one time I said it on stage. One time, and I'll tell you exactly the context of it. I was hosting for a club a trivia contest. And it was like, you're supposed to do the thing and host it and like be funny or whatever. And it was like the questions were football. And it said, if you do this act, you'll receive a 15-yard penalty. And the man responded to me as answering, he goes, roughing the kicker. And I said, did you just say saying? And I said it. And the guy was black. And he freaked out on me. And I go, I thought I was just repeating back to you what I thought you just said. Because that is a 15-yard penalty in the NFL, by the way, if you're a player who says that on the field, which I think is hilarious that an old white man can come up to you, a black player, and be like, 15 yards for saying the N-word, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So I go, I was just repeating it back to you. Probably should have repeated back to you that I shouldn't have said the word, but I was just asking if that's what you said, because that is a penalty in the NFL. And then he calmed down and he was like, no, my bad, man. I just get triggered by that. I was like, totally get it, dude. But this is all happening like on stage.
Oh,
So
man.
I just fucked up and said, I thought I would be more insulting to the guy for some reason. This is my 2013, but I thought it would be more insulting if I just didn't like acknowledge what he said, because it was a penalty, or maybe it was 2015 or something. I don't know, but it was just saying the word out loud, and that was the moment I said, I can't even rap this word if I'm like, when I'm in alone. Even I said this to Ennie, my old producer. I was like, dude, I can't even. He goes, I give you permission, say it right now. I'm like, I'm never saying it in front of you or at all, period.
Yeah.
Even when I'm singing, I say person.
You say person?
And it's actually kind of fun to people or person. I say it like that.
Sometimes I say spicka.
What's that? Oh, because you feel like you're like, I'm saying my own.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm white. I don't have anything like that.
Cracka.
Honky.
Cracka.
Cracka. That's so dumb. White slurs are lame.
They are really bad.
Like, I wish there was a good one.
I like that in my hometown where I grew up, it's very racist. And a lot, like one of the biggest arguments is like, why can't we say the N-word, but you can say cracker?
That's so dumb.
And it's so funny because if you go into my hometown and you go out on a boat, like half of the boats are named like Cracker. And I'm like, you would never see a boat with a black family with just the N-word on the side of it. You know what I mean? It's like, no, they're so different, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And, there wouldn't be a N-word barrel. It would, like there is the cracker barrel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's just no...
An N-word
You can't
barrel.
just like put that onto a building. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some risque store names, but I don't even think a black person can put that up as being like, this is the name of my business. You know what I mean? So it's a very different.
But if there was an N-word with a soft R, black owned.
A soft, you mean just an A, not a
yeah, with
Is there a soft R?
If there was an N-word barrel and it was with an A and it was black owned and the food was bomb and they did it to spite Cracker Barrel, would you go eat there?
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to, right?
I mean, it would be better food.
But would you tag the restaurant?
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't be playing Foursquare over there. So pedophiles and,
I don't care about that. Not a fig.
I meant to hit this one.
The inner city blacks.
That's John Otto. He's an old broadcaster from my hometown who he definitely probably popped off a few of the N-words not on a broadcast.
Yeah, he
but
did. Yeah.
He used to.
I heard it in his voice.
Yeah, you could tell.
You can absolutely tell.
You could tell, but I mean, I would have had more breadth of news here for us, but we had so much to get into with the pedophiles and such.
We did.
That and you had such great insight that we stuck with it. I feel.
Yeah.
For the whole show, it went by like a breeze.
That was so fun.
I appreciate you coming in here and having the time to do the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. I've been so excited to do your podcast.
I know it's been a long time coming, and I feel bad that I had to reschedule us to and everything like that. And,
it's okay.
And I'm blurry-eyed from the road, but I appreciate you coming on. Please tell everyone once again all the things you would like them to check out.
Man, thank you guys so much for listening to me throughout this episode. Follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, Instagram Kim Congdon, Broad Topics Podcast, TOPIX. Check that out. This Bitch Podcast, two of my favorite projects I'm working on. Anywhere you find podcasts. So
awesome. And, of course, thank you so much for checking out this program. And please sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/The Josh Potter Show. It's right in the description. And thank you once again to Bert Kreischer for the wonderful weekend. If you want to come see me headline some shows, San Diego, Wednesday night, that's tomorrow if you're watching this on the day it comes out. But then Portland, Oregon, March 11th. All the tickets can be found Instagram at Josh_Potter. Twitter is at J_Potter. And please to be sending your articles in like so many did today. JoshPotterShow@gmail.com. It's also where Fat J sent this wonderful piece of music. So again, JoshPotterShow@gmail.com. And we will see you next Tuesday on The Josh Potter Show.